Welcome back to episode 20.
20.
Underground After Hours with Paramount Gym. I'm Scott. I am co-owner of Underground Nutrition. And this is John and Justin, respectively, of Paramount Gym.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, guys.
What's up, Scott?
We are at 1,000 subscribers. Took a minute.
Celebration time.
Yeah. Speaking of mental health, it was grueling, wasn't it, Donnie?
Good
the worst 6 months of my life.
Took us 6 months to get 1,000 subscribers.
I think Donnie is
They're
a big
pouring
reason
in.
why.
They're pouring in.
Don't lose them.
Well, our channel is a little chaotic, you know.
What's the daily subscriber? Like, how many do we average a day, do you think?
I feel like less than 10, but more than 5.
Oh, really?
Well, my glycine video is just...
If I had to hear about this glycine video one more
Glycine
time.
video popped it off.
Yeah, we lost a subscriber from last podcast. We got 0 subscribers from last because we gained one and lost one.
Oh,
so
okay.
That was cool.
Nobody liked the killdozer in our in your jail
I think
stories.
I think it was John admitting that he commits crimes on a regular basis.
Oh, by going through Easy Pass?
Is what people...
Oh, it wasn't your
home invasion.
it wasn't your yard stories?
No, I don't know. I feel like people... I don't think people even got that far. You know?
No.
So...
Well, congrats to us.
We got Donnie mic'd up. Say hi, Donnie.
How's it going?
That's our
I'm going to talk
producer.
minimally on this podcast. What?
You do everything minimal.
We got a
on this
check on the
podcast.
way, or
Yeah. So now all we need is 4,000 watch hours. We're about 3/4 of the way there. with
and then
that.
we get a check.
We is a crazy pronoun.
Crazy.
But then just so everybody is clear, YouTube, you make about $5 per 1,000 views. So we're gonna owe YouTube money.
So does this mean that they're going to start advertising on our podcast?
Yeah, I think so. Right? There'll be like
They're gonna
ads.
put
or
ads
something?
on our podcast.
Or they give us the option if we want to put ads, and then people really won't watch us. Throw an ad in 10 minutes in.
Well, I thought that's how they justify paying us, is that they're using our space for their own marketing.
Yeah, but I think you have. I'm not
selling our
I'm not
space.
sure. I think you have to like select for that,
We could put our own ad, free complimentary training.
or people can start to pay us for spots like Hollow Labs.
Oh, what's up, Alan?
So this month is I think it's the only thing going on this month. It's Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, right?
I think it's just men's health, but the implication is mental health.
Yeah,
Men's mental health,
it's okay.
Men's health.
It's okay,
but
to
with a
not
heavy emphasis on mental.
Well, when you're not healthy unless your mental's healthy.
Yeah, but was it men's health originally, and then women started writing articles about it, and it turned into men's mental health? Is that what happened?
But it's
there's
okay.
There's a massive dark spot on the whole men's mental health conversation.
Do you think so?
It's not something that happens.
2023?
I do.
Really?
I do.
All 3 of us go to therapy.
No, I understand that, but I'm saying if you overall, it's just not discussed.
You think it's stigmatized
I don't think it's stigmatized. I just don't think it's
as important
prioritized
as opposed to women's
as
mental
opposed
health.
to anything else, any other month at all.
My problem with it is I feel like people always want men to be more open with their emotions, and then you do for 2 seconds, and then nobody wants that anymore.
And it's toxic.
Then it's toxic. Then you need to be quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah. God forbid you say how
That's
you feel.
what I'm saying.
Get
I mean,
labeled a
it's-
narcissist or, a baby. It all comes in. But
Whoa, that was
it's true.
that was personal. That happened
happens.
recently.
It's not personal, but
No,
it's true.
But I see. I see your point. So the 1 or 2 times a year that I decide to talk about my feelings, it's as if I kicked a child down the stairs.
Yeah.
It's like your typical Jordan Peterson 2016 stats. Like 100% of the people who commit suicide are men.
Yeah, most. Well,
No, not 100.
Successful.
That's sarcasm, but
I think it's men are more successful
way
at
more
committing
represented
in the suicide
in
numbers.
suicide statistics.
I think the attempts are the same, if I remember correctly. The attempts between men and women are the same. It's just that men get it done.
Species are getting
We're
it done.
we're getting it done.
Get that work done.
We're keeping the lights on.
Follow through.
Yeah. Well, so I mean, this subject came. You sent me an article.
I did.
I didn't really read. I glanced at it.
That's fine. You thought it was
That's
a
what
good
he
idea.
does
though.
every time you send him one.
But yeah, it
me too.
sent off in my head a decent topic, which is fitness in relationship to mental health, and specifically our own anecdotal evidence for this.
Right.
Well, I mean, I could start off. I'll give everybody a little bit of example. So I'm.
Where are you going, Donnie?
I thought he was leaving.
I just celebrated. Did you want to interrupt me already?
It's I don't get to talk enough, and it's affecting my mental health.
Okay.
No, it's men's health. So the fitness in general, in the health space, in the health in the fitness space, mental and physical.
I thought we would just tie it together.
You want to do just mental?
Mental health through fitness.
Are you having mental health issues?
Currently?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's
aggressive.
So you want it to be acknowledged.
I don't need it to be acknowledged. I just feel like maybe I can just get it off my chest.
I think this could be a therapy session for all of us.
Well, I have therapy on I was switched to every other week, which is more of a financial decision than it was a.
Right.
I should probably be doing 2 times a week, but instead of every other. So I figured, I think we should tie the two together. We'll bridge the gap. Mental health via fitness.
Right.
And I'll just my anecdote. I think it's a little different than the two of yours. I'll try not to speak for more than 5 minutes, so you can get your time.
It's a Scott show.
This is Well, we got to keep this thing
The
moving.
one that's driving it.
We need
Come
a
on.
button that turns Scott's mic on and off.
Yeah.
If I wasn't here, he would just be vaping, and you'd be talking to Donnie.
Donnie would be ready to kill himself.
Check-
You'd be asking Donnie about what documentaries he's
I'd
seen
be
this
checking
week.
scores on the fucking phone. See how my bets are going.
So I recently celebrated 10 years clean.
Congratulations.
Clean and sober from drugs, narcotics, and alcohol.
Nice.
And initially, I came to NA and AA rooms, but it was secondary. I didn't do the steps really. I didn't do much service. I was kind of just there to make some friends.
Yeah.
I didn't buy into the anonymous culture as much as I didn't run it like a program. What I did run like a program was aggressive steroids and powerlifting programs. And I mean, take it for what it's worth. It worked.
Yeah.
I trained. I started from nothing. I had no money. I was living in a halfway house. Mental health wasn't even a thought at the time. It was don't use drugs, don't drink, and get as big and strong as humanly fucking possible.
Mm-hmm.
Mission
You didn't know what
accomplished
you were
at the
doing
time.
at the time. You didn't know the value of what you were doing.
No, I had what I felt is that if I could control the way I physically expressed myself in the world, that A, it made me feel better. B, it gave me actual control. And C, it just kept my head down for the work. It's like just doing the work was the work. Like that was the
the destination was the journey.
Yeah. No, the journey was whatever. But what happens is, I think for people who do it this way, is that eventually, which ultimately ended up happening, 6 or 7 years in, I was 38 years old, 39 years old. I hit it like a midlife crisis. I'm not married. I don't have kids. I'm clean. I started my own business. I have a lot of things to be grateful for. But then I was like, well, now what? I took a bunch of injuries. I tore a complete tear in my bicep, almost tore my pec off the fucking bone. Started playing rugby, which was like a
Total midlife crisis.
old warriors like last stand. I'm gonna batter myself to death on a fucking rugby field playing Division 3 men's like beer league
Yeah, it was
rugby.
like George Foreman coming
And
back
I was
to
treating
fight
it like
45
the
years old.
Romans versus the Gauls. Like I was gonna leave it all on the field. I left my bicep on the field. So I had a complete. I would say I had some sort of a midlife crisis, and then at some point I realized like the training and stuff had got me so far, and that you have to eventually address the elephant in the room. It's like the guy that started using drugs and went to prison and all that. He still exists, whether you like it or not.
Mm-hmm.
And at some point, you have to start doing some stuff for your mental health. Whereas doing the work and training and all that stuff was good enough to get me to a point, but in order to take that next step forward, some work had to be done. So I reached out to our friend Eric, asked him to like sponsor me, start to try to, I don't know, get my mental health straight.
Mm-hmm.
So I was losing it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Not like I was gonna jump off a fucking bridge,
Right.
but I might beat somebody up at a red light.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Something stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe take a step backwards. And I didn't want to do that. So, I can thank training to even get me to that point, because a lot of people don't. And I know that you guys I think you both did it the opposite, right?
Yeah, I would say that if we're talking about the journey of being clean, I was probably in my 30s or very late 20s before I ever even worked out.
And you got clean early.
19.
19.
And
you didn't start going to the gym for...
Let's say 28. Let's throw that number. had I been to a gym prior? Yeah.
What were you doing? Like, what were you doing? I
was just engulfed in that culture, that whole, like you said, that culture that you said that you didn't get to be, you chose not to be a part of. I guess I didn't have anything else going on. I was still at that age where the people that were not like me were we can find plenty of people our age now that, regardless of their clean status or recovery, that they're just doing regular stuff. If you were not at that age, if you weren't, intentionally sober, you were out drinking alcoholically.
Yeah.
I was, 20, 21, 22, 23, all the way up to mid 20s.
Yeah.
So I didn't really have much else to do other than kind of engulf myself in that lifestyle that you were talking about. And it's almost like I feel, and I don't mean to say this judgmentally, but I guess it is because I did it too, but it's almost like they replace the constant drinking with constant eating.
Yeah.
In
the NA
Yeah,
and AA rooms, right?
Yeah, I was.
You go out to
at
eat.
a diner, or if we were feeling fancy, we went to Hula Hands or something like that, and it was, 2 meals out a day if I wasn't working. If I wasn't at a job, and it's just constant. Whatever is going on in that, the sanctioned meeting just kind of carries on to, at whatever
there's snacks at the meeting. Oreos, cookies,
Well, at some point you become too good for those.
Well, that was the thing that bothered me a little bit about NA. In the other way was that I said people, they would get clean and they wouldn't do anything about their physical appearance, or if anything, they would get fat and sloppy. And I thought that was an extension of addictions. But I did the other way. I went with the addiction with training.
Right.
To me, in my mind, even now when I reflect on it, I think that was the only way for me to go.
Everybody has their own journey.
Yeah. What about you? You started late too, right?
Yeah, I got clean at 27, and I got sucked into the whole fellowship and speaking, sponsoring, thumping around with the book. I was still training a little bit, but I didn't know what I was doing. I was like a LA fitness guy, just doing whatever. But I think it was once I found the community of, I know you guys always tease me and whatnot, but the community of CrossFit. CrossFit actually.
That's where you started, right?
That's where I started.
Your fitness journey.
That's where
seriously,
I started.
right?
Yeah, that's where I really seriously started.
And you weren't training at all, prior to that.
No.
You didn't even have a gym membership.
I had an LA fitness membership, but I used it for the sauna, and I had a swimming phase.
So you have 12 years clean. When did you start doing CrossFit?
I think I started doing CrossFit with Eric. I think it was 2014. Yeah, 2014.
So you've been training for 7 years?
Yeah.
So halfway through?
Yep.
Yeah.
And it was good. For me, it was good because it kind of the whole CrossFit community thing was cool. Because I was that person that went to the gym that was I just didn't want to be seen. you know, I knew I wasn't doing things the right way. I didn't know a training split.
Yeah.
You know, I just was the kid that you were getting made fun of.
Yeah, I remember you doing the side raises.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pterodactyl raises.
Yeah, it took you a couple years to get that done. I guess they don't do that in CrossFit?
No, they don't do any of that in CrossFit. So, but yeah, as far as my journey, it was kind of similar to John's, where I was really like, it sucked me in, and it's what I needed, because I was on a bad path.
So you guys were both program. You got a little spiritual later on, right? You found a little.
In the beginning, I got super spiritual. Like,
Okay.
Very.
And so you were program, and then you saw me and my godlike physique at the time.
No, I went.
Oh, you started training with Mike
I was
Waters back
training
in the
with
day.
Mike, yeah, and
Yeah.
I had Mike started working at Jersey Strong,
Yeah.
and he was lifting a lot, and I met a couple other people there, and it was just it became a camaraderie thing, and I think after I kind of stopped going to the gym and like took like a hiatus for a few years. And then I probably just picked back up with Ryan when he took me to sign up for Fitness Shop.
Palazza. Yeah.
Rest in peace.
All right.
And he took me to Fitness Shop and was going to, beat me back into shape. And then but that was, I don't know, it just feels like I met you within a week of that,
Yeah.
and then we just kind of started training together. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, and then I kind of joined with John after like 6 months of that, because I was judging John for 6 months
Yeah.
for his choices,
For his going non-natural,
for his cocktail,
non-natty
yeah, and then
approach to it.
And then I realized, I was like, "What am I doing? I should hop on the train."
I did it before and then kept that. If that's what we're talking about, that, right?
Yeah,
What,
sure.
you did gear before?
Yeah,
But nobody knew.
I didn't tell anybody. Yeah,
Right.
But nobody would have accused you.
I don't think anybody would have accused. I think it was my association with you.
That made
I don't think it mattered.
There was a couple pictures floating around at a specific time in your life where you looked like you were on gear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't like I'm on gear now.
No,
No. He does a little bit. He looks like he takes 10 milligrams of Anavar for.
that's fucked up. You
He's
said I
not-
looked great
he's-
the other day.
He looks great. but
You do. Your shoulders look great. I mean, it doesn't look like you're taking Tren.
No, I'm not, because
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I also didn't.
Speaking
know,
of mental health.
Right.
I didn't know what I was doing the first time I took anything, and nobody did. Neither did anybody that was giving it to me.
Yeah.
So everybody was like, I mean, at the risk of making your head any bigger than it already is, if that's even possible.
It's a big head.
You were the one that
a huge
kind of
head.
taught me how to
Take
use that
steroids
stuff properly.
Use it. Great.
You were like, this is
You're
what you have
welcome.
to take. Yeah.
Yeah, well.
This is what you have to do.
Yeah. So, would you say overall? Would you say that fitness in terms of mental health? How big of a part does it still play now in being able to like calm a storm or like train? Like, I don't know if any of us ever get triggered anymore. I don't get triggered. I mean, I go through. I have good days and I have bad days like anybody else.
Yeah.
Right. It used to be, regardless of the day, I was in the gym.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So it didn't matter. Didn't so much matter. I was there anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's like with the way I train and stuff, if I'm having like a particularly bad day, I might use the gym or cardio or like play tennis or something to blow off steam. Or like,
Yeah.
It was rugby for a little bit, but that shit, I'm fucking too old for that shit anymore.
Smart choice.
Yeah.
You had your run.
I did. I had fun.
You had a run.
I had fun. You gotta assess where you're at in life.
Right.
But I mean, overall, would you say, do you still use the gym in the same way as a coping mechanism for mental health, or do you feel like it's like the law of diminishing returns? Because I felt like I reached the point where the gym did the thing. It replaced drugs and alcohol. It replaced having to cope with anything. Like,
Yeah.
and then at some point, I stopped getting that same thing. It was just something I did. It just became something I did. It didn't like I wasn't blowing off any extra energy. I wasn't transferring addiction into the gym anymore. It was just basically I didn't want to be fat. I go to the gym because I want to look somewhat good. It's not like I'm not lifting for my demons anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to that's what ended up making me go to therapy and stuff, is that at some point the gym and all these things stop doing the thing, and then you have to like
find a new outlet,
or you end up, or so you get high, or you drink, or you fucking develop some other wacky like foot fetish or something. You know, you're
shopping,
buying,
gambling.
you're on feet.com.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I still use the gym as a mental thing. I think it's the gym, and it's also nutritional too. Because I know it's, you guys always tease me and stuff, but like when I don't feel good about myself, it's when I feel like a fat ass in the way I eat.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, like food really fucks with my.
No, it's a direct correlation.
It's food fucks with my mental being, and if I think we were talking, maybe we were doing like getting a reel done the other day, and we were talking something about like how some question was asked, and I just said I would go crazy if I didn't have the gym. And it's true, and it's not like, sure, I want to, yes, there's a vanity part of it where I want to train to look good,
Yeah.
but I do it to feel good, because the better I look, the better I feel. It's kind of like why I like to dress nice. It's just a whole correlation. And then the nutrition part of it, like you said, food is huge.
Oh yeah.
Like food is huge, man.
Eat like shit for 3 days.
Yeah, and see
After
how you
eating
feel.
clean for a month, and see how you feel.
Right.
And it's not just like the way you look, it's like the way you feel, like your energy level.
Energy levels, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and there's times, I mean, you guys know me, I don't like to do anything.
Nothing.
It's hard for me to leave the fucking house.
Crazy.
Like, I am as rigid and scheduled as possible. When that is taken away from me, I get super weird. And
You'd do great in jail, don't you think?
Oh, yeah, jail's the place for you.
100%. 3 hots and a cot, dude. Tell me when to eat, sleep.
If you can find the pride side of yourself, you do a whole lifetime. You know?
Right. So for me, I don't necessarily think I'm like tackling my demons in jail, because like you just announced to the world, I do have to see a therapist every week.
Yeah, we all do. Donnie's our therapist.
I tack that on with the emotional, spiritual, and physical part of the disease, I guess we suffer from. So through the gym is a good, vessel and outlet for it.
But it's an aspect now.
Correct.
Yeah, because like for everybody who says that the gym and physical activity is like the end all be all, my counterpoint to that is the craziest, most disassociated, goofy, fucked up people in the world I know are bodybuilders. Yeah,
100%.
And they're like, don't do drugs. They're like, have regular jobs.
Yep.
But they're batshit like lunatic crazy. Like you could see the heat coming off of them.
Yep.
Like it's
egomaniacs with huge complexes.
Yeah.
but insane. Like sometimes simultaneously, egomaniac, but also no self-esteem, existing in the same body.
Somehow.
Yeah. Somehow you're the biggest dude in the world, but also the littlest girl.
Yeah.
All in once. It's crazy.
Yeah, no, it's wild. It is wild.
So that's what I mean. That's at some point I had to realize, like, oh shit, that's kind of what I had become at some point, where I was just a guy who went to the gym, and I had success in that. The thing about drugs and where we come from, the bar is ultimately very low. Like for me, when I got clean, making a little bit of money, not using drugs, and going to the gym was
Celebrated.
a great success.
Yeah.
But over time, we have like that dry drunk kind of phenomenon where you can just get stuck in the extremely, what's it called, the bigotry of low expectations or something. There's some saying for it where because your bar is set so low, you'll end up just treading water. You'll end up just staying still and being satisfied with, still being emotionally crippled. A great gym membership to an awesome gym, Paramount Gym, and you're making a little bit of money. So like everything is okay.
Yeah, there's got to be more. There's always more. The onion is always able to be peeled.
There's always a step to take.
Yeah,
and as you start to get older, when you start to get up until your late 30s, early 40s, like I think I started to come to believe that whole like every 7 years people like change, right?
Well, I think it might be even shorter than that, dude. But yeah, absolutely.
Like there's like some kind of thing. Like, would you ever hear about that? Like your cells in your body, like your skin cells have all
like
been
a scientific
You
thing?
really, what's that Greek parable with the boat where it's a conundrum where if there was a boat, and over time every piece of that boat, then every nail, every board, every plank had been replaced. And the question is it the same boat? You know what I mean?
Right.
So what they say in the human body, cells, your skin cells, and cells that can live and die after 7 years is now a completely different thing. And people go through these great changes over time. And I feel like I was coming up to a precipice, and I'm like there now. And that's what ended up making like maybe I should revisit NA. Maybe I should
seek therapy,
go to therapy, and try to take this next step before I end up becoming stuck.
Yeah.
So, how do you feel, Donnie? How we doing? You got any questions or comments?
Yeah, I think as a resident therapist, Maslow's hierarchy
plug.
needs, there's the baseline is physiological needs. So if you don't feel right in your body and you're not exercising, you're not eating right, you're gonna feel like shit. As the most out of shape person here, I'm also the most depressed. So I think
I don't know. I think I might give you a run for your money.
it's a three-way tie at this point.
It's just not Justin.
It's not Justin.
Yeah, you can give someone the perfect mental health tools and therapy and all that, but if they're morbidly obese or they're not going to the gym, they're not going to feel good.
What's that? What was that called?
Maslow's hierarchy of needs.
Hierarchy of needs, right?
Yeah.
So what's that? Shelter comes first, right?
Shelter, physiological needs, then it's more self-esteem, then self-actualization is the last one.
Self-actualization, is that like when you become your authentic self?
Exactly.
Right.
The best version of yourself is the tippy top, but you can't get there until you figure out your body and what your body needs.
Yeah, it all comes together in one. It's like this nirvana.
Yeah, you can't sit there and think yourself well. You gotta move your body. You gotta feel good about yourself.
Yeah. It's kind of like the anime shirt I did that nobody really liked.
I like the hoodie.
But that was the point on the back of the shirt, was for people that are trying to like start a journey of the body or the mind. So like forget the mind at first. Like just sharpen the body, and the mind will kind of follow. It must follow.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I mean, you could argue that sharpening the mind is something that's going to happen naturally. With the
as long as you're
feel
moving.
like if it didn't require any type of mental fortitude, everybody we see walking past us would be 10% body fat.
Well, yeah. There's a discipline to it. There's like the lesson of
and it's not physical. I could attest to the fact that it's mental because I struggle with it every day.
Yeah, I mean, I think the problem with our little group is that you guys, gym owners. Alan's an awesome shit. Everybody we hang out with, for the most part, is part of the lifestyle. So we're always comparing ourselves to, the top 5% of guys out there, guys who train and are disciplined, who can bench 315. You know what I mean? So when you have a circle of friends where it's like semi-competitive, but you're also comparing yourself to Justin, who's like 4% body fat in fucking December for some reason, bringing Tupperware to fucking birthday parties, like a fucking.
No, I think it's this is just a personal take, and I don't mean it as an insult at all, because I wish I could accomplish the same thing. But I think that people tell you, especially they tell you in recovery, that your addiction will manifest itself in any other way that you allow it to. I mean, it's whether it could be, money, the opposite sex, gambling. I mean, obviously I've done it with tattoos, but he has managed to channel that obsession, the obsession that he, had about whatever he was doing for however long he was doing it. Into what he's doing now,
which is the gym.
Because it's more. I mean, you just
and Christ.
You talk to him
in Christ.
He doesn't. He's not. He hasn't been right with Christ in a
He
while.
hasn't, right? No, he's out of God's favor.
Taking a
You
little
can tell. You
hiatus.
talk to him. He's obsessed. He's obsessed. Nothing. He cares about nothing more than that.
What about going to the gym? About your body,
Performing
It's about
at
his
optimal,
performance.
Yeah, I just
your
want
physical performance.
Feeding the machine.
Yeah.
That is Justin.
Also the
Caruso.
mental.
How old are you?
39.
Oh, it's coming. We can't wait to revisit this episode in a year.
You think he's gonna fall apart?
No, you're not going to fall apart. I don't think you are. I don't think you'll let yourself fall apart. My situation was a little bit different. Like Corona had hit. The gyms were shut down. I used it as an opportunity to DoorDash food Right, I was being pretty active. I remember we were
played a
playing
lot of
tennis,
tennis.
and
Playing
stuff.
tennis and what was the game against the wall that we called?
Cardio
Cardio ball.
Cardio ball.
Cardio
Is
ball
that
was
the name we
fire.
called it? We had another name for it. I can't remember. But cardio ball,
And then we go get chicken nuggets.
and then we get some chicken nuggies. Yeah. But Corona had happened, and then that's when I started watching rugby on TV, and I wanted to play I want to fight. That's really what I wanted to do. I
You
wanted
want
to,
to fight, not go to jail.
yeah, I wanted to fight and not go to jail. Because I really think that I was going, whatever. I was like going through something. It's like there's this song called "Invincible" by Tool, and it's like this old sort of like old. Obviously, on his last leg, sort of warrior motif is like and it's basically like that's how I felt. It was like I was passing out of my 30s into my 40s. Like they say most guys peak around like 39 or 40, 38 or something like that.
Physically?
Peak physically and mentally. Like that's when you're at your best, and I believe that. I think. Don't quote me on that. Right.
I ain't got nothing to look forward to because I'm a fucking mess right now.
Well, we could keep it. I mean, we could keep it going for guys can. If you train and you eat right and you don't do stupid shit,
Yeah.
you can keep it going. But I kind of had a succession of things happen. My bicep went, which was brutal, and I kept playing. I didn't get it fixed. I don't know. Don't ask me why. I have no idea why I made that decision. It wasn't even. I didn't even think about it. Recently, I've been like, why didn't I fix my fucking bicep?
Yeah.
But I was kind of a pussy about surgery, and then I tore my pec, and I got a nasty leg
that
injury.
leg thing was nuts.
Bro, it had me fucked up.
Bro, you remember
I
when we
got
went out to
cleated?
eat?
Bro, I couldn't walk.
You had to leave.
My
Remember
dad
that?
came to my house. He's like, "You're gonna die. What the fuck's wrong with
had
your
to
leg?"
leave.
And I'm like, "I don't know. I got
Let's
this."
get it amputated. I'm like, yeah, he must be hurt.
He's
Leaving
like,
black.
Leaving the burger place. He must be in pain.
yeah, dude, that was brutal, man. And so all those things happened to put me out of the gym, like training seriously for like a year. All those things together,
Yeah.
and it's been like I mean, it's been tough to come back.
I was just gonna say it's like anything else. It's kind of like fucking
You lose the desire.
yeah. It's kind of
It's-
like
yeah,
somebody's.
I'm
like, they don't
there.
go right to college after high school,
And I stopped
They always
taking the
say-
gear.
That's
I
probably a big thing.
stopped taking a ton of gear.
Yeah.
Because I don't want. I mean, I was like, I want to be healthy.
Yeah.
I didn't need to look like a 6'3", 250
Yeah.
bodybuilder
Right.
anymore. I just didn't. It wasn't. That's not what I thought was important.
Mm-hmm.
And
You
then
wanted to be like Liver King because you thought he was natural.
he is natty.
He is super natty.
He is natty. I never said that he was natty. I just said that I like the way he eats, and like his whatever you want to say about him.
Theory,
He is,
which it was
he
correct.
fell off the face of the fucking planet.
Yeah, he's
Got exposed, bruh.
So I don't know what my point of that was. I was just saying is that so for you, watch.
Yeah.
Because when you hit 40, you don't have kids, you're not married,
Mm-hmm.
you start to think about 40s into 50s, and then little by little, your property value, whether you like it or not,
It's gonna go down.
slowly going down.
You ain't kidding.
But it's not that it's gonna guys are different. Like if you have a modicum of success, if you're funny, if you can string a sentence together. I mean, because
You got a shot.
You got a shot
Yeah.
for a while.
Yeah.
But once you start to get into like 45, 50,
health issues.
health issues, God forbid you tear a pec. You gotta start to
Bulge a disc.
Yeah.
you gotta start to seriously consider like, have I already taken my last step? Am I just like in cruise control now till I'm in a nursing home?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you're not wrong. Just got to be mindful and just keep going as fucking hard
You can
as
marry
can.
Christ and be a priest
I'm
or
already
whatever.
married.
Somebody
Christ.
asked me the other day at the gym, one of the members, we were talking, and he was just like asking about lifting and some of the people in the gym, and he said to me, who do you think, if you had to pick, out of everybody that comes here, is in the best shape?
Best
overall?
physical shape overall.
Best physical shape. Snap call, I said, Justin.
I don't know, that one kid with the kettlebells.
Oh, Alex.
The functional strength guy.
Yeah, he's in good shape.
You think you could do more pull-ups than him?
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah.
I don't know. He does he's like fucking jumping around like a leapfrog with kettlebells tied to him and shit.
Yeah, he's crazy.
Justin's got the cardio.
You got the cardio?
Not as much as I used to,
On the
but
stairs for 6 hours.
How many you do 45 a day on the stairs?
45 a day, 5 days a week.
You want to play
45.
rugby with us?
I ain't got an ACL.
He doesn't like physical contact. I tried to get him to come to jiu-jitsu. He wanted no
I tell you what, and he hit me pretty hard the first hit. I mean, I blew his ACL into orbit.
It's hanging on his
He
wall.
was happy about it. He was happy about it.
Because I thought there was a point that
No, he was concerned afterward.
I was
He just on
concerned,
camera.
but I was just happy that I had to win.
you
That was
won, yeah.
you know, like we put ourselves in situations like you didn't have to win that.
No.
You were full. People expected you
He
to
was a
not
visitor
win.
team.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
I was
was
the underdog.
yeah.
I didn't even
ready
bring
when you
cleats. That first hit, though, I'm telling you, I'll remember that forever.
Hit me
That
pretty,
was the first
hit
time.
me pretty hard.
That was the first time.
And I was
hit
annoyed
somebody.
because I was like, "Oh, we gotta do this how many more times?" It's open field tackling.
Oh man, no, that was fun. Except my ACL being blown out, but whatever.
Full recovery.
Full recovery. We're back at it. But I mean, back to the mental health thing. I think the gym and cardio is just good, and nutrition is just good for the mental health. It really is, just because I don't know, it just makes me feel like anything that makes like I said before, I want to perform at an optimal level in all aspects of my life.
All things.
That's really what I want to do. I don't
Yeah.
know what, like whenever you see, like you're scrolling on Twitter and hear about a new supplement, I text you all the time, like, yo, you ever heard of this? Like, yeah, I'm taking it. I'm like, well, bet.
Yeah.
All right. Like, that's just how I like kind of like live right now. I just want to be performing at the best level as I can as a gym owner, as, you know, I don't call myself an athlete. You know, I think that when bodybuilders have like athlete in their info, I'm like, are you really an athlete?
It's a sport.
Is it?
I mean,
you know what? It's
in
a
the
sport.
same way that cheerleading is.
Yeah, and golf. Like golfers aren't athletes. You know, it's
More
a
like
sport.
models.
It's a sport.
I mean, it's like
You know.
Miss USA. Is she an athlete?
No, you know, but like whatever. It is what it is. I'm not judging, but I just think that
That was a hot take.
was what the athlete
Bodybuilders aren't athletes.
Yeah, some people are gonna get
beat up.
Are you? Have you ever fought a bodybuilder?
I haven't.
They don't.
Come see me.
Not the greatest fighters in the world.
I guess Scott's got experience.
Notoriously not great fighters.
Right.
Some of them, but
Is it good for your mental health, John?
I mean, listen, all jokes aside, I don't need to.
I trained back with him yesterday. I think I developed more mental problems. I had to call
He's got a lot of nerve.
I had to call my
because
sponsor.
He was in Ocean County, and we made plans to train back at Paramount. And he talked to me about his problems on the car ride up, all the way up to Brick.
Oh, okay.
All the way up.
And then I got
then
out of the car. I was like walking in the gym on the phone.
Still on the phone?
telling me about his problems, but somehow they're my fault.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
No, I think that, listen, it's, there's a ton of aspects to it. I'll be honest with you, jokes aside.
Yesterday was active rest.
Active rest.
Back.
All jokes aside, go ahead, John.
No, there's like Scott said, when you're not training and there's injury or wear and tear on the body, it definitely affects the emotion. It definitely affects the mental.
You're having back issues. How's that affecting your mental health?
It sucks.
I feel bad
it
for him.
sucks.
I really do. I feel bad for him because I know he's in pain.
You had a couple slipped discs. Right?
Spinal stenosis is no joke.
And 2 bulging discs.
Broken. Can you put that GIF with the
Spinal.
the Mike Tyson?
Mike, were you really sick this week? What was the problem?
I broke my back.
What do you mean by that? You
My
broke
back is broken.
what? A vertebrae or what portion?
Spinal.
Spinal.
No, but you just said it
Broke
about
my back.
You just said it about your. I think you were talking about your bicep. I did it a week before Christmas, and I just started to do something about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A week ago,
6
I started
months.
physical therapy.
Yeah.
It's idiocy.
Yeah, I don't know
Absolute
why I did that.
idiocy.
I was afraid of surgery. That was my biggest thing.
That's why I don't get my ACL done. I just don't want to.
I don't want to go under.
I'm good.
Who has my phone? Who holds my phone? I'm not doing that shit.
When you talked about even like with the 12-step fellowship type stuff. I mean, neither of you mentioned the camaraderie.
Did neither one of us did?
No, you didn't. I'm saying when you talked about the gym, I mean that aspect of the mental health.
Oh yeah.
In a
good
society where the whole alpha, alpha male. I know we talked as cringy as that sounds, is really demonized.
Yeah.
There's one place that you'll probably find it is the gym.
Yeah.
I think it's good when we see like people at the gym and they like you know they didn't know each other before, and now they're like gym bros.
Or they were your nemesis,
Yeah,
Yeah.
gym nemesis,
And then you
they're
say
your
hello.
best friend.
yeah, and then you find
start
out,
hanging
like,
out.
yeah, you guys are fine. Like,
Scott, you pulled me from the depths. I was really upset. Then you started working out with me. I felt a lot better.
there you go.
Yeah.
It was good camaraderie. I
No-
probably wouldn't have done it by myself. Like,
Yeah.
No, it's me too.
Yeah, you've changed a lot since you started working out. Look at your big arms.
yeah, I have a girlfriend now.
You have a
It's great.
girlfriend
Yeah.
now?
Girlfriend now.
You're welcome, dude.
Thank you.
Jesus Christ.
Get my rugby career longer. Yeah, I did. I appreciate it.
Are you going to keep playing rugby?
I got one more year in me, I think.
One more year.
One more year.
How old are you?
I'm 30. I'm gonna be 32 next week.
Oh, you're
so-
good.
you're
You're
young.
good. You got it.
Man.
Yeah, but you look at it, he's aged. How long have you been playing rugby?
He looks like he's
you're getting
40.
you're getting 5 for 1. You're aging 5 years for every 1 year you're playing rugby.
Playing rugby?
And we're
Yeah.
playing club level rugby.
no. You guys are real deal.
But no, listen, we're real deal on this. On the outside looking in, if you were to like look at the club, right? There are some, Nick Wallace.
Yeah,
Like there are
he's
some
a stud.
killers.
Dude, he's a stud.
We got these island guys like Samoans
Yeah.
that are fucking brutal guys. Like they've been playing rugby their whole lives. So no pads, full contact, broken legs, broken fingers.
I went to one game. There was 7 injuries in 30 minutes.
and these
Was
are
that
just
the game that I went to?
Yeah.
Because it was disgusting. Some of the noises that came from these
limbs
two
hanging,
people.
dude, just arm out of place.
The guy came off field. He couldn't close his mouth.
Yeah.
yeah.
His jaw got dislocated.
Somehow he like popped his shoulder back in and went back in. I
Yeah.
said, "What are we doing?"
The second game I think I ever played in, it's when what's his name broke his leg, and it sounded like a 22 caliber gunshot. Like it was like everybody's like, and I was like, what happened?
Yeah.
I was like, he's broke his fucking leg.
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
You're just searching for that dopamine rush.
and I got it.
yeah,
I got it.
and it's true. Like scientifically, biologically, it's true. Like when you work out and you have a contact sport like that, or you're quote unquote runner's high, like that shit is real.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, let's bring it back to the article. Let's go a little round robin.
Sure.
You're having the worst day of your entire life, right? You're mentally, you're in the dumps, right? You're a sad boy, right? And it's like either you're going to fucking do some drugs or you're going to go work out. What's your go-to mental health awareness, mental health day workout? What are you training? What's your favorite? What do you feel the best after doing?
Anything push.
Anything push.
Anything push or like, and I'm being
You're gonna
serious.
say
like,
legs.
no, not legs. Some kind of like high
Circuit.
intensity circuit CrossFit workout.
Yeah, we get
That
your
really-
heart rate up.
That really gets me going.
Get a good full body pump.
Yeah, man.
Sweating runners high.
Sweating all that runners high. The serotonin is just blasting in the brain.
Yeah.
That's really my go.
You'll get back in the car feeling better.
100%.
Your life.
Yeah.
John?
Can I pick jujitsu, or does it have to be weight related?
No, you can pick
that's
jujitsu.
fine.
Jujitsu.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Because you have. It's
You can
some-
lay down a lot.
No, it's one of those things like that. You have to, you have to be mentally present.
Yeah.
Your mind can't be elsewhere while you're doing it.
Yeah. It clears your head
So
out.
you can lift weights. I mean, you've seen how easily I get distracted in the gym.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think there's only a handful of things in the world where you have to be mentally present,
Yeah.
and combat is one of them.
Yeah. I would say for me, straight up bodybuilding hypertrophy chest day.
Chest day. Yeah. Big
You,
chest day.
You can't.
Yeah.
You're gonna
can't fuck
feel.
with
You're gonna
Scott.
have a good day.
You can't fuck with Scott on chest day.
Chest pump.
Yeah. Well, half a chest day. What about you, Donnie? Say 10 mile
to the
hike.
gym and bench press for an hour and a half and did nothing else. It felt great. I've done it a couple times.
Just go.
Just bench, max out, and feel good. Yeah, bench press is just.
I wonder why that is. It must be some kind of psychological.
I think it's a man.
because you can
thing.
move some weight. I
Yeah,
guess
you feel good.
it's
man.
not super difficult.
No.
It's not like once you train your central nervous system to handle weights that look cool, like
Right.
2 plates, 3 plates.
Mhm.
Then it's just a matter of
It's the cliche stroke of ego.
Ego comes right in, and you're like, Let's
you
go.
get a great pump.
yeah.
You'll
Yeah,
walk right past the guy squatting 405 and notice the dude bench pressing 225. in the back of the
Yeah,
gym.
3 plates.
Wow,
Yeah.
he's killing it.
he's doing good. Look at this guy. Yeah. You got anything to add to that? What do you think? You got any questions, comments
Good. We got 45 minutes worth
of mental health?
Yeah.
Let's chop half of that up.
Yeah. I
Chop
think
it up.
Get rid of it.
You don't because John
Oh, I
doesn't
don't
like John doesn't like to get vulnerable. He
I
doesn't.
thought that went pretty
No,
well.
I was joking. It was phenomenal. So everybody's coming to the gym now because you advertised come to the gym for their mental health.
Correct.
Mental health awareness.
Mental health
Don't be
awareness.
afraid.
And now you're going to have to brief everyone on gym etiquette so that they don't upset you.
Well, I'll tell
in
you,
your gym space.
I can probably do. I was practicing my my tie-ins, my
transitions.
What's the other word? For it?
Segue.
Practicing my segue. You know what really fucks my mental health
Grind
up?
your gears.
These kids don't re-rack the weights.
Re-racking the
Oh
weights.
my god!
Mhm.
I don't know. Should we even do the gym etiquette thing?
Why
I
not?
mean, why not?
It might end up being something funny.
Well, we came across another article, Donnie, about gym etiquette, right? And you guys are gym owners.
Sure are.
So I was curious. I wanted to start off just because I think I have a controversial one. I was telling John about this yesterday. So there's a policy, an unwritten policy that nobody really enforces. I think it's the least enforced of all the gym etiquettes is to wipe the machine down with some sort of fucking alcohol-soaked throwaway rag that are scattered around the gyms or a spray bottle of some sort after you use the machine.
Mm-hmm.
I don't ever do that.
Oh no.
No, never.
Oh, that's great.
Because
Justin's upset.
well, I just want to say, first of all, I'm not a heavy sweater. I'm not training super hard. Right? I'm usually wearing a pump cover.
We have AC pumping.
I'm usually wearing a pump cover for the entire workout.
We didn't have to wipe anything down for our back workout.
Nothing. We were chilling.
You guys are texting away.
He's got 30 pounds.
I had to wipe
on
the counter down because Scott spilled pre-workout all over it.
I think when it comes to wiping down equipment, and I truly feel this way, that the onus is on the next person. Because I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
If you're training, if you're working out, and I go over to the bench, maybe I didn't even see you on the bench, and I think it's I see the outline of a butt crack,
Right.
or maybe a vagina or something, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm going to wipe it down.
Uh-huh.
But if I don't see any residue,
You're hopping right on that bitch.
I'm jumping right on it.
Yeah.
Right? So I feel like the onus is on the person who's next, because if you want it clean, if you don't want to sniff somebody's sweat, if you're not into that kind of thing, wipe the fucking machine down.
So you're a see something, say something kind of guy.
I'm gonna see something. I'm saying, if I felt strongly about the person that was using the equipment, some fat stinky guy, right, I might wipe it down regardless of his wipe down. You know, I just want to.
After Donnie gets up from a piece of equipment, are you wiping it down? Because you said he's a
Donnie occasionally is a stinker.
Stinker.
'Cause he comes right from work. He's
Yeah,
training in
long
khakis. He might have forgot his deodorant.
Right.
He might be wearing my shorts that he got somehow. I don't know.
Right.
How.
Okay.
So yeah, maybe. But I'm training with him, so I'm not wiping it down in between. Like if we're training together, we're not wiping it down in between each one of us.
No,
it's just a stranger.
We're getting after
And
it.
if some, some cute girl is, are you wiping it? I know he's wiping. You might lay face down on the bench. Let's be honest.
Okay.
So I just think, I mean, not me. I'm
Scott's
saying
hot take.
somebody
One
else.
might, yeah.
Somebody might.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So I'm just saying that I think when it comes to wiping down equipment, the onus is on the person coming in.
Okay.
All right. And so what I'm saying is, don't ever ask me to wipe anything down. If you don't like it, clean it up. I'm not made.
All right.
That's gym etiquette.
John, what's your pet peeve?
On etiquette?
Say people that don't wipe the machines down.
I want to hear their take about.
Yeah, how do you feel about what I just said?
Pet peeve might just be Scott. In general, Scott, from the minute he walks in the door to the minute and grabs his water, shakes it in the air like that's like a magic, like it's like he's
This is me
shaking his
paying
Apple
for it.
Pay or something.
This is me paying for it. Yeah, sure it is, Scott.
Well, charge my card if you feel strongly
I
about
don't
it.
think your
the minute
card's
he
on
walks
file.
in.
Dare you.
I don't think your card's on file anymore.
It's not.
Beyond that, I mean, I've gotten passionate about the re-racking of the weights lately, especially since you caught attitude from somebody
Yeah.
when you asked them to.
Oh, let's hear about this. Can we get a story? Story time?
It's not really a good story at all. I just asked somebody to re-rack their weights, and he like gave me like I just said, "Are you done with the machine?" And he said, "Yeah." I said, "Can you re-rack your weights?" And he gave me like a face.
What kind of face? Did you, wait, did you ask him to clarify his face?
I just was like, "Is that okay?" And then he's just like, put his head down and walked to the machines.
Like he really was like for a second.
Justin
like,
was bothering him.
Yeah, like
by asking him to what machine was it?
He was doing a back row,
a back row,
a chest supported back row, and then went over to the cable machine in the corner, and I just like watched him, and I went over as he was done with his first set.
How many plates did he have?
3 on each side.
3 on each side.
Correct.
The stand up rows.
Yep. And I just was like, dude, you done? Can you re-rack your weights? And he gave me a face, and I just asked him like, yeah. And I was kind of snarky, but I was like, is that a problem?
The audacity. Honestly, that kind of shit. I think that there's only one acceptable place to leave a plate. So that's one single 45 on like the leg press.
Right.
You can do that because is there anybody doing less than a 45?
Yeah, I mean, I hear you there. Yeah,
I've never been annoyed about of 2 45s being on.
Yeah.
One on each side of a leg press.
Yeah.
If anything, it's helping me out. That's where we're.
That's true. That's a good point.
I don't see any other exercise where that's acceptable.
Yeah. So John's starting to get a little.
You're starting to get a little annoyed.
Oh yeah.
He came up with an idea too. I don't know if he wants to broadcast.
What's the idea?
Oh, we're gonna start charging people.
You know what's like announce it? You're gonna do it?
Oh
We're
yeah.
gonna give him like a month time.
Oh yeah.
What are you gonna do? Like
signs?
Like it's gonna be like a curse jar, like a buck.
Oh, I saw a sign somebody sent me at a gym that said something to the effect of like if you're caught not re-racking your weights, we're charging your account $10.
$10. Wow,
Wild.
that's crazy.
I was like, that's wild.
That would be fun. That's gonna be some content.
Buck, yeah, it is. I think
I would give it $10, or you get like the wall of shame, where you get to like, I'm gonna charge you $10, or I'm gonna take your picture right now, and I'm gonna fucking trash you on the story.
Yeah.
Like
Shout out Gina.
Want it dead or alive. Yeah.
Some people, we haven't decided yet, but it's been
discussed.
Been tossed back and forth.
So are you gonna tell them like
you would get. If this was ever something that came to fruition, that would be, there would be ample notice.
Yeah, signs.
It's like a swear jar.
Yeah, it's like signs, and then we'll let them know like this is going to be going into effect in a certain amount of time period. See the sign. All right, this is your one to get out of jail free card. Blah blah blah. All right, after this, dude, like that's a wrap. Like if we catch you, we run the cameras back. Because it's annoying. It's obnoxious.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's obnoxious, dude.
I don't know too many. I think that's like a recent thing. I don't remember ever if I ever didn't re-rack something, it was a mistake.
Yeah.
And I don't even know how that would be possible. Maybe I was supersetting and I forgot about
right. You never forgot.
It's the same handful of people. Oh,
yeah.
It's the easiest thing in the world to do.
Easiest thing, dude. I know for a fact you've never not re-racked your weights.
I don't expect people to put them back always where they go, because like if one thing is off, I'm not doing the fucking. I'm not
run around.
You're not making the puzzle.
Yeah, I'm not doing this fucking thing. But I'll do my best. I'll always put a 45 with a 45, even if it's over a 25. Like I'm not. I'm trying to match them up.
Yeah.
It might be 2 25s and 45. I'm going to try to match them up as best I can, but I'm not pulling shit off.
Yeah.
So that's a good one. That's re-racking your weights, wiping machines down.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we all agree on that. Although I don't think you're wiping down because you're a sweater.
I'm a sweater. Yeah.
You're a sweater.
Yeah.
And you're training and basically you're almost naked. You're like
That's not
you're like
true.
at
That's not true.
the
Fuck
gymnasium.
No way.
I do it to set an example.
Yeah. That's why I do it too. And I also sweat, but I don't wear string.
We weren't
you
wiping machines down yesterday though.
See how gross I am, like hairy as hell. I don't wear stringers. I wear a t-shirt, and I just started wearing shorts. I've been wearing pants forever.
You just recently started.
Just recently
for the summer.
Yeah, for the summer.
Because you start to.
It's gross.
You get ridiculous.
But yeah, I agree with those two pet peeves.
I got a good one.
Oh, hit me.
I got a good one. If you're at the dumbbell rack, if you pick up the dumbbells, we'll go somewhere else with them.
I was just gonna say
take fucking 3 or 4 steps back, or go somewhere else.
Leave a walkway in between you and the dumbbells.
Don't ever in your life grab the 45s and start curling them just standing there in front of the empty space.
That's tough.
That's insane.
That's tough.
It takes and you're not, people who do that are never big. They're always crazy looking.
It's okay if you're big, but if you're rowing like a 130, holding onto the dumbbell rack, all right,
you can get that because you're all the way on the corner.
Yeah, I'm not going to say anything. Like, there's some people that do that, but if you're rowing a 40-pound dumbbell, holding onto the dumbbell rack, dog,
walk the dumbbells 3 feet somewhere else. Go to the bench.
Yeah, hold on to the bench, dude.
I never appreciate.
I don't get that. The sitting on the machine for too long and texting and setting up pictures or whatnot, that gets me.
Leg presses, you got 15 minutes to do your 5 sets.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Stop texting, put the phone down. Don't worry about the angle of the video that you're going to shoot. You could shoot one video. It doesn't matter.
You don't need the whole.
You don't tell me you're sending this to your coach because your coach doesn't want to see your leg press.
Yeah.
All right. If he wants to see your squat, cool.
Yeah, you want this to be in your montage for today's workout.
Right. And that's my pet peeve. And that everybody wants to be an influencer, but whatever.
Yeah, we are all influencers. You got one? You got
another one?
I got one.
Come on, think of things that think of things that make you mad in the gym, John, because the list is fucking.
Don't drop anything from your waist. Make an attempt to put the fucking bar down. I don't care if you have 700 pounds. I used to deadlift 700 pounds. You bend your knees and you go as best you can.
Right.
To get it down. I'm not saying you have to put it down quietly.
Yep.
Now,
don't drop the fucking. I don't care if it's rubber plates either, dude. I was in the pit and this kid was cleaning he was snatching.
Right.
Overhead squatting, an impressive amount of weight. But he's dropping the weight, standing up straight.
Yeah.
It's bouncing up so high that he's got to
he could do another overhead squat to it. He could catch it.
It was such an aggressive noise that I wanted to leave because it was such a startling sound.
Now, forgive me if I'm wrong, and I don't know for sure. You powerlifted in a competition before, right? Don't you have to hold the bar the entire way down, or no?
You have to set the bar down under control.
Right.
Right.
You can't just drop it from your waist, you
can. It's a no lift.
Right.
You could deadlift it up to your same thing with bench press, but you can't re-rack before the call.
Right.
But if you deadlift the weight and you get it and you get green lights and they say down and you just fucking
drop it from
even if you're holding the bar, if you drop it and just if you let the gravity of the weight just fall as on its own, it's a no lift.
No rep. Yeah.
You have to put it down under some type of control.
Right.
And I mean, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people just are dropping weights from their fucking waist.
Yeah,
which is nuts.
A lot of noise. A lot of noise.
Yeah, so I see that a lot with the power lift, with the Olympic lifts, with the rubber plates.
Olympic lifts do it a lot.
It's like fucking throw them across the room.
No, Olympic lifts, they do it. That's everywhere.
It's like they slam them down. It's like they add momentum.
It's like a spike. You know, when if you hit a big lift and you it's like when you score a touchdown, you spike the ball. You're spiking that.
Yeah, I think they should be. I think you should be kicked off the team for that shit.
Yeah, they do that though. That's a thing.
You should be launched into space. I hate that shit. I hate the sound of the kilo plates smashing on the deadlift. I hate the sound of it.
Yeah, we were in the gym the other night and John was like, a lot of noise today.
So I don't know.
It's
I was like,
startling.
John, it's a gym.
No, but it's different.
No, I know. I was teasing you.
When you have
there's a velocity where you could tell that it's the free weight. It's the weight falling at its own momentum with no
regard for control.
No control at all whatsoever.
Yeah.
And it makes a certain sound that's it's goes
startling.
through the back of my head.
It's startling.
Yeah. It's like a gunshot.
Yeah. No, I get it. I know.
That's another. I think that should be
another one.
I would say another. Oh, as of late, when people who are using the turf for cross training activities or stretching have to maneuver themselves around people's belongings.
Yeah.
It's a coat room floor. When you're a kid and you would come in your house and you take your shoes off and your jacket off and throw it on the laundry room floor.
I had a roommate that used to come home and take his clothes off and it looked like
exploded.
What's that? It was like spontaneous combustion.
Yeah,
it's like his body just disappeared.
It's like what's in it leaving breadcrumbs to find its way home.
Pants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our back turf, because we don't have a locker room, people just think that they could just put their stuff everywhere. And you know what? I guess I kind of understand it, but you got to be mindful of other people trying to get work done back there.
Yeah.
the thing that I don't like is like people leaving like their ghosts or their waters or like their wipes that they used like on
Just
the
leaving
boxes.
garbage.
Yeah, like
all over the place.
and
garbage.
you know, like clean up your area, dude. It's like, come on.
I don't know what it is either about gyms, and just I've never been a great pisser. Like, but
Shit spraying.
if
everywhere.
I'm out, I'm in a restaurant or I'm at my friend's gym or somewhere else, like I'm getting it in, you know.
Yeah.
And if I get a little crazy, just a little toilet paper, and
That's it.
But bro, it's like
The bathroom.
it's like
is
people are
crazy.
pissing on the floor, like
On purpose.
the whole time. Like
Yeah.
they didn't get it at all in.
because everybody's like on their phone and they're
It's like a
pissing,
puddle.
and it's
bro.
like, are you
And it's a
kidding?
urinal that's
Like it's
a crotch high.
yeah.
Like how you messing this up?
I don't
Like,
understand. Like,
You can't mess up a
Yeah.
urinal. You're standing over it.
Yeah.
It's, you know,
you just got to aim and shoot, man.
you don't even have to aim in a urinal. Like it's like you stand over
Right.
it. What are you, a child?
I feel like some people are just, I don't know, so much force and it's
So much gym force.
hitting the back again because they're using their all
Trend.
bumps. It's hitting the back part of the urinal and it's
Spraying.
splashing back on them.
What
And
are you, your dick is straight?
they're
It's
pissing with a
coming
hard on
back?
from all the Viagra and Cialis.
Scott with his insulin and Seattle.
Yeah, like I think that might be a thing. Or people, you know, people just don't give a fuck.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think people
That's
are just dirty.
They're just like, oh, this isn't my house. I don't give a shit. Somebody's gonna clean this up after me.
Yeah, but I mean, like, there's like puddles sometimes.
No, it's
Chances
fucked
are
up.
somebody cleans up after them where they live as well.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
So it's probably the mother's fault.
and then you got Frank coming out of the bathroom, quieting the whole gym down, saying, "If I catch somebody doing that
I'm
shit,
locking the door."
I'm gonna lock. You can't leave."
That was great.
That was
Yeah, I
awesome.
that
fuck
was
with
great.
Frank so heavy for that, bro. He is awesome.
You got a gym pet peeve?
Mike,
I named every single pet peeve of all time. I think personal space is another one.
yeah,
Or talking to somebody. You see somebody in the gym as your friend, you haven't seen them in a minute, and I don't care if you guys are fucking, I don't care if you're my best friend, and you're training, even if I'm having a bad day and I need to talk,
We'll catch up after.
yeah, I'll hit you.
working out.
Yeah, I'm not going to stand up, make you take your ear pods out, start fucking talking about
start talking about your life and how you're ready to jump off a
what
bridge.
gear you're on.
That's a good-
I'll
that's a-
talk afterwards.
That's a good thing too. Pet peeve is just people openly just talking about gear.
Yeah. Like as an opener, as like, hey, I haven't seen you, and like,
You look
I'm
great. What are you
taking
running?
600 milligrams of test.
Like it's
How much trend you taking?
it's just a bad look for
Giving you your whole cycle.
Yeah, and like there's so many young kids in the gym now, and everybody talk like I didn't even know what steroids were when I was like 17.
Yeah.
I just knew like that Ultimate Warrior was on steroids.
Yeah.
You know, but like now everybody talks about it, and it's just I don't know. It's a bad look.
I used to talk about gear like incessantly.
Yeah, well, you grew up.
Yeah.
It got cringy, yeah.
Yeah. I started to Team 3CC and all that stuff started, and I'm like, wait a minute. Maybe
Got
this
cringy.
is kind of corny.
Team 3CC is dope though.
It is cool.
That's a fire concoction.
It's funny. They were all kind of crazy. Personal space is another big one. Please don't do pull-ups when I'm doing the cables. You know? Please. I'm begging you.
Get your armpits out of my set.
Please. Please.
I don't need to see your little belly button.
Why are you doing pull-ups? You can do lat pull-downs. With
Yeah.
your just how much do you weigh? 180? Just put it on 180. Do a lat pull-down.
Yeah.
You're in the gym. Do that monkey bar shit outside in the park. Justin.
The resistance bands
Not anymore.
on the hack squat.
Good one.
Why don't you like that? You know, and it's reverse. It's helping you back up out of the
Because
hole.
it's not
Yes.
a thing.
It's not.
It's not a
Not
thing.
a real thing.
But you're overloading the negative, right?
No.
It's
Making
not even
No.
not even really. I mean, I guess a little
I'm trying
bit.
to shoot them some bail.
it's not. You can't.
I never have used resistance bands.
Well, you can-
on a
they
negative
have-
for a negative.
No, not for a negative.
Never.
For I've used them on the leg press to make it difficult to push up.
Yeah,
To create tension throughout the
Yes.
entire rep.
but I've never ever used bands.
That's what the band's for.
yeah, to create tension for the entire rep.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, in theory, just hear me out.
Go ahead.
If you did it reverse on a hack squat and you don't lock your knees out,
Okay.
aren't you creating more tension through the entire lift?
No, you're making.
Oh, because it's on the
you're
net.
making
Yeah,
what is that? The eccentric or the?
concentric.
I don't know. You're
Whatever.
making the difficult part of the
I'm
lift
not a
easier.
trainer.
You're making the difficult part of the lift easier.
Supinate it. I never supinate it.
Propionate,
Supinate.
Yeah. So
We're now
that's
at hour
mine.
10. Got it.
What do you want? What should I say? It's been a long journey to get to 1,000 subscribers. We're still not monetized. We still have to get the watch hours. So I'd like to thank everybody for subscribing.
Thanks, Mom and Dad.
We are now, our new goal is 10,000 subscribers.
Donnie quit.
Well, we'll get there once I make another supplement video, which is why anybody subscribed in the first place.
I feel like we got a lot of views on the birthday video that.
You didn't.
No, we did.
No, not on his YouTube. We got a lot of views on our Instagram.
We didn't get it on the YouTube?
No.
Pull it up.
Pull it up, Jamie.
Yeah, if it's over 100, it's fine.
Not great.
Fine.
It's not great.
It's fire. No, I don't.
You need to have 1,000. You need thousands. We need thousands of views, but we're getting there. I think people
My
are.
search history in YouTube is crazy.
Give us the top 4.
No.
What? Give us
IMO
one.
is
No,
No.
it's YouTube.
Yeah, no.
What should our 1,000 subscribers have to look forward to staying subscribed? How can we keep our retention?
What? Well, podcast shenanigans. Well, I mean, I think these shows are okay. I listen to them.
I do.
I think the people that know us are entertained.
Yeah.
Underground.
And then also some great esoteric supplement reviews coming in the future. Got Lion's Mane,
Autism test got 385.
Kratom.
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 You're gonna do a Kratom review?
I'm not going to take it, but I'm going to review it. I'm going to call it, the title of the video is going to be World's Stupidest Supplement for
seriously.
Retards.
Yeah, for heroin
The
addicts.
best supplement for retards.
Yeah.
Junkies.
Yeah, for little junkies. Yeah, your supplement things are big. They are. I mean, the glycine one is huge.
Yeah, what's that? It's like 11,000, right?
12.
Yeah.
She legit awesome supplement. If nobody knows about that,
You're a
shit is
star.
Fire.
I mean, we're holding you back.
You are. But, I mean, listen, we're
then you get
promoting
other-
our businesses.
and you get other ones that are like 488.
Like what? The Yohimbine?
Like toilet.
I'm just so
need us.
grateful that the days are gone where you're calling me, screaming at me to call
I-
Justin and
I-
scream at him.
I went through the stages of grief
Yeah,
with
we're
you,
doing
and
good.
I am at acceptance.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
I think we're all lined up
So that's been episode 20
in the books.
in the books, Men's Mental Health Awareness
It's okay to not be okay, guys.
Month. It's okay to not be okay. Get a therapist.
Mm-hmm.
Go to the gym.
Right.
Yeah, podcasts in the gym are not therapy.
Read-
So if you need help,
Reach
call
out.
somebody other than Scott.
Yeah. Don't
Don't call
Scott.
me.
No.
Don't call me. I need help myself.
Right.
Read the Greeks. Be a stoic.
Yeah.
You know?
Lift some weights.
Lift the weights and keep it to yourself.
That's it. You don't have to post.
Be a man. Cry in the shower.
Don't say that.
Don't
No.
cry, you're crying in the shower.
Don't say that.
This was John last night talking about his dog. He got a little emotional.
Oh my goodness.
I told him take it in the shower, John. What are you doing?
First of all, don't talk about that because your cat. You were.
I'm not talking about Baki, dude. I'm not doing that right now.
You were a wreck.
I was a wreck. I cried for a week.
I know you did.
In my store in the back room. I was like just hysterical. Yeah, but I was in the shower. You know, nobody saw it.
Well, you brought it up.
Yeah, but you're just standing. We're eating ice cream.
I was-
and you're crying. We're just standing outside of Lighthouse having ice cream, and he's just crying, eating ice cream, tears flowing.
Is there anything better than John eating ice cream crying? That's as much healing.
I felt so much
It was
better.
so therapeutic. Oh my god, that's so dramatic. We're talking about Bam.
I
was
listen.
like, ugh.
Tough times. I was.
A little bulldog walked by the lighthouse. That's how it.
That's
And
how it
he's
came up.
hysterically crying, eating ice cream. He's got snots coming out of his nose.
I'm hysterically crying.
And he's in between
outside the
sniffles,
lighthouse.
shoveling ice cream
Yeah,
into
yeah.
his mouth.
Yeah,
and
well-
he's like, I'm getting emotional.
Oh,
Why is
stop.
he such a liar?
He's a dick. He's a big
Do you
dick.
even like him?
No, he's actually a piece of shit.
All right, that's it. Let's cut it.
Goodbye.
Peace out, guys.